those very addictive ones, man. Even in
Yeah.
interesting to know that the tobacco manufacturers are very smart. They push the menthol cigarettes to the black community because they're very, very addictive. You know, those menthol, they know how to get you. So yes, although they've been banned here in the state of California, but whenever I travel out to countries in Africa and all that, I still find menthol cigarettes there because I think those are the ones they use to attract the younger smokers and then get them hooked up, get them addicted.
Exactly. And it's interesting that you know that and you weren't even doing this type of work and that's some observation that you have. So that's definitely, you're spot on with that.
Oh well, it will interest you to know with everything I do in life, I am well informed. You know, I get a lot of literature about whatever I do. So that way, so my decisions are based on information. So though yes, I wasn't doing this work back then, but I was highly informed about the harm menthol cigarettes do. They're more addictive than menthol cigarettes. You know, for me, if it's possible, they should be banned worldwide. You know, cigarettes shouldn't be contaminated with anything, menthol or sweets or whatever. You know, it's the way they use those stuff to get the younger ones. Some of them they have different names. They have fruity taste. That's sad. What's the relationship or the correlation between cigarette and raspberry, strawberry, menthol? You name it. It's just to get them hooked.
Right.
Now
Exactly.
that age, that's the age where you're experimenting, you know? So you're experimenting with a lot of things and then you get very excited at age. So yes, I mean as we move on, the we'll let the younger ones know. Cigarette to cigarette, smoking to smoking. There's no point experimenting with menthol or strawberry or raspberry. It's the same thing. The earlier the better. It's better for you not to go there, but to start to be struggling to quit. It's a lived experience, so I'll tell them.
So true. And I just wanted to touch on your family a little bit and then we can probably start to wrap up a bit. But you mentioned that you have 3 daughters and I was curious, are they part of the reason why you stopped smoking? I know the second time, I should say the second time.
It will interest you to know that. My girls now are young adults. I mean, the oldest 24, going on 25. My middle girl is 22, going to 23. And then my last girl just turned 20 a couple of weeks ago. I promised myself my girls would never see me smoke, and they never did. I was a closet smoker, so my girls never did see me smoke, and I'm glad that I've quit smoking. And I'm hearing from grapevine that one of them might be smoking, or the 2 older ones, but they hide it from dad, you know. But the time will come where I'll wait for them to open up to me, and then I can educate them or find them doing it, and then I'll educate them. I want to respect the fact that probably have a lot of respect for me, like I did for them. That's why they don't to see them straight. So I'll wait for that time, and then we can share notes. But I'm not surprised though, because it is in the family.
And hopefully you all will be able to.
Yeah, my ex too. My ex, their mom was a closet smoker. You know, so but she had given it up. Yeah, I know she gave it up because she had started having kids. But back then she used to smoke slim cigarette, small cigarette. So,
And those are actually targeted towards women. with the Virginia
Exactly.
Slims and so forth.
You're correct. Most African American that spoke about it, it was stylish though. Wow.
Well, maybe one day your daughters will see your video and hear your story.
Oh yes, I hope so. And then we can share notes.
Uh, and so what's your strategy now to remain nicotine free?
To be honest with you, my strategy to remain smoke free is to increase my spiritual awareness. So what I do now pretty much is I soak. Before now, I was spiritually active, but I think I backslided. So I'm so proud of myself that my nicotine cessation and stopping cigarette has reignited my spiritual awareness. And having said that, it has increased my spiritual activity. So I'm just moving forward. I've decided to stay on holy ground and pursue spirit. Because if you recall, like I said, the natural man is an end to God. You know, there's nothing. I mean, since we're heaven bound, if you're faith based or we want to be Christ like, I think it's imperative that we remain on holy ground and be spiritual. So what I do is I do a lot of digging into the gospel, into the scriptures. I read the Bible, attend spiritual activities like I go to church every Sunday. I watch, I listen to lifting music. So I feed my spirit pretty much because uh, man is like a plant. If you stop watering it, it will stop growing. So the only way we can continue to chase the spirit and remain in the spirit is to continue to water that plant. That means dig deep, listen to spiritual music, read the Bible, read spiritual books, so you can maintain that level of spirituality. And once you maintain that level of spirituality, then you set boundaries. And then you're quick, your spiritual antenna is up. So you're quick to recognize anything that'll take you back. And you don't want to go back. So that's what I do now. And I'm so proud of myself. I don't even think about it. I don't even think about it. Because I'm heaven bound. I'm chasing the spirit. I'm trying to conquer my flesh. You know, I'm trying to. I'm not. We won't get there, not in this world, but we can only continue to try because we're not spirits. We're human beings. It's a combination of both. But one has to give way for the other, for you to sustain the momentum. You have to continue to chase the spirit, water your spirit by digging deep, listening to spiritual music or things that will uh, enhance your spirituality. You understand what I'm saying? And less of chasing the flesh. So that's what I do. And it's working for me.
It's really good.
And thank God I don't drink. I used to be an occasional drinker, maybe drink on occasions like Thanksgiving, birthday. But prior to that, I used to be a very, very heavy drinker when I was my undergrad, my younger days. But for me, alcohol doesn't cut it for me. So I'm not, I'm not a fan of alcohol. Like, so I don't drink. I'm sure the last wine I had with my nephew's graduation last year, and that's it.
And what was the last time you had you smoked? I think you may have
The
mentioned
last time I smoked was last year. I stopped. That was the last year. Even within this period, I didn't relapse.
so it's been like
Though I had cravings, but I just said to myself,
uh, so is there any advice that you have for for providers and trainers or people who are helping other people quit smoking? Do you have any
well, like I said, the only thing I can say is, aside from all the other systems or tactics, they should incorporate the spiritual aspect. It helps a lot. In a nutshell, yeah. Whichever way they want to go about, should incorporate. Okay. Yeah, so I said the only advice I have is for them to incorporate the spiritual part into all the systems they have. I think that will work. Yeah, because it worked for me. So
exactly? And we're mind, body, soul, and spirit. So that only makes sense. So Manny, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any final words for our listeners or anything that you'd like to share?
Well, you won't understand until you quit the benefits of quitting smoking. They're enormous. It'll increase your energy, you'll sleep well, and you'll feel very proud of yourself. So it's a game changer. It's something I recommend every smoker. It's time to quit and stay quit. Okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. And we look forward to our next steps with the process of what you're doing with Dr. Beard and seeing you more around Breaking Free. Looking forward to teaming up with you.
Same here. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Manny. Thank you. Have a
thanks for
wonderful
inviting me over.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Okay.
You bet.
Bye for now. So I'd just like to take a moment to once again thank Manny for joining us for this issue of Breaking Free from Nicotine. I love meeting and talking with new people and sharing their stories because each one has something special to share that you may not have heard from another issue or another individual or interview. And we hope that you take away some positive and some meaningful words of wisdom and application for your work. And as we continue our focus towards you trainers or those who provide services for those who are looking to quit smoking, we hope that the stories and the news and updates in our pages give you inspiration and in actual practical ways to implement your services to your communities. As we continue to make cessation accessible for everyone in every single population. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to working with you in upcoming issues and learning how to break free from nicotine, liberate from nicotine once and for all. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to our next issue. Bye.